Renewing a visa is different from extending a stay. A visa is for entry, while an I-94 record dictates how long you can stay in the U.S. A visitor visa cannot be renewed from inside the U.S. It must be renewed at a U.S. embassy or consulate abroad. However, you can apply to extend your authorized stay with a visitor visa. The video clarifies this distinction and provides a comprehensive guide on the process of extending a visitor's stay in the U.S. USA Tourist Visa Extension: How to legally stay longer in the U.S. Thinking about staying in the United States a little longer? If you're a tourist or visitor here on a B-1 or B-2 visa, you might be wondering if it's possible to extend your stay without leaving the country. This video will walk you through the essential process of extending your visit, a procedure officially known as an extension of stay. We'll cover who is eligible, the critical documents you need, the exact steps to file your application, and important tips to avoid common mistakes. By the end, you'll know exactly what you need to do to legally and successfully request more time in the United States. Part 1: The critical distinction, visa versus I-94 record. First, let's clear up a common misconception. You cannot renew your actual visa stamp from within the United States. The visa in your passport is an entry document that allows you to request admission to the U.S. The expiration date on your visa only determines how long you have to enter the country, not how long you can stay. The length of your authorized stay is determined by your Form I-94, Arrival/Departure Record. This document is a record of your lawful admission to the U.S., and it specifies the date by which you must leave. For most tourists, the I-94 is valid for a maximum of 6 months. To renew your ability to stay, you must apply for an extension of stay, which is a request to extend the validity of your I-94 record. Part 2: Who is eligible to extend their stay? Not every visitor is eligible to extend their stay. To qualify, you must meet the following criteria. Lawful admission: you must have been legally admitted into the United States with a non-immigrant visa, such as a B-1 or B-2. If you entered under the Visa Waiver Program (ESTA), you are generally not eligible to extend your stay, except in a minimal emergency. Valid status: you must be in a valid non-immigrant status and not have violated any of the terms of your admission. This means you must not have engaged in unauthorized employment, attended school without permission, or committed a crime. Valid passport: your passport must be valid for the entire length of your requested extended stay. If your passport expires before your requested departure date, your extension can only be granted until the expiration date of your passport. Timely filing: this is perhaps the most important rule. You must file your application for an extension before your authorized stay on your Form I-94 expires. U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS, recommends filing at least 45 days before the expiration date to ensure your application is processed in time. Part 3: The step-by-step application process. The process for applying for an extension of stay is centered around one specific form, Form I-539, Application to Extend/Change Non-Immigrant Status. Step 1: Gather your documents. Before you even start filling out the form, you need to collect all the necessary documents to support your case. This is a critical part of the process. Form I-94, a copy of your electronic I-94 record, which you can retrieve from the U.S. Customs and Border Protection website. Passport, photocopies of your passport, including the biographical page, your U.S. visa, and the page with your entry stamp. Reason for extension: a detailed, signed, and dated letter explaining why you need to extend your stay. This letter is your opportunity to convince USCIS that your request is legitimate and that you still intend to leave the U.S. The reason should be an unexpected, compelling event, not just a desire for more vacation time. Examples could include a medical emergency, a family crisis, or a travel-related issue that prevents you from leaving on time. Financial proof, evidence that you have sufficient funds to support yourself during the extended stay without working. This can include bank statements, a letter from a financial sponsor, or proof of a family member's income who will support you. Proof of ties to your home country, documents that demonstrate strong ties to your home country and a clear intent to return. This is crucial for proving your non-immigrant intent. This can include proof of employment or a letter from your employer showing your planned return. Property deeds or lease agreements. Proof of family ties, such as birth certificates of children or a marriage certificate. A return plane ticket, if you have already purchased one, as this is a strong sign of your intent to depart. Step 2. Complete and file Form I-539. Now that you have your documents, you can fill out the form. You can file Form I-539 either online or by mail. Online filing. This is generally the preferred method as it provides a quicker receipt notice and allows you to track your case status online. You can file through the USCIS online portal. Paper filing. If you prefer to file by mail, you'll need to send your completed form and all supporting documents to the correct USCIS lockbox address. Be sure to check the USCIS website for the most current mailing address. Step 3. Pay the fees. You must pay the required filing fee for Form I-539. This fee is non-refundable, regardless of the decision. You may also need to pay a biometrics fee for a fingerprint and photo appointment. The specific fees can change, so always check the USCIS fee schedule on their website for the most up-to-date information. This is a good time to remind you to subscribe to Travel Tree News if you're finding this information useful. Navigating U.S. immigration laws can be tricky, and we're here to provide reliable, clear information to make your travels easier. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're always informed and up to date. Step 4. The biometrics appointment. After you file, USCIS may send you a notice to appear for a biometrics appointment at an Application Support Center, ASC. This is where they will take your fingerprints and photograph. It's a mandatory part of the process for most applicants. Part 4. What happens after you file? Pending application. Once USCIS receives your application, you can legally remain in the U.S. while it is pending, even if your I-94 has expired. This is known as a period of authorized stay and prevents you from accruing unlawful presence. Processing times. Processing times for Form I-539 vary widely. It can take anywhere from a few months to over a year, depending on the USCIS Service Center and the volume of applications. You can check the average processing times on the USCIS website. Decision. You will receive a written decision from USCIS. If your extension is approved, you will get a new I-94 record with a new departure date. If it is denied, your period of authorized stay will end, and you must depart the U.S. immediately to avoid accruing unlawful presence. Travel outside the U.S. If you leave the United States while your I-539 application is pending, USCIS will consider your application abandoned. You will need to get a new visa stamp abroad before you can re-enter the U.S. Part 5. Common reasons for denial and how to avoid them. Late filing. Filing after your I-94 has expired is a major reason for denial. There are very few exceptions for this. Lack of strong ties. Not providing sufficient evidence of your ties to your home country can lead to a denial, as it may suggest you intend to immigrate. Insufficient financial support. Failing to show you can support yourself for the full duration of your extended stay is a red flag for USCIS. Vague reason. A vague or unconvincing reason for the extension can also lead to a denial. Your reason must be compelling and unexpected. Overextending. USCIS is cautious about granting extensions to people who have already spent a significant amount of time in the U.S. on a visitor visa. Extending your stay in the U.S. as a tourist is a viable option, but it requires careful planning and a thorough application. By understanding the distinction between your visa and your I-94, meeting the eligibility criteria, and meticulously preparing your Form I-539 and supporting documents, you can navigate this process with confidence. Always remember to check the official USCIS website for the latest forms, fees, and instructions. If you found this guide helpful, we would be grateful if you would subscribe to Travel Tree News and hit that notification bell to get our latest videos. We'll continue to provide you with the most accurate and practical travel information to make your journeys safer and more enjoyable. Safe travels.